Welcome back to Fourth and Goal. Today we have Amy.
Good morning.
We have Casey. And back, but not last but not least, we have Tommy. All right, everybody, Fourth and Goal. Here we go. How's everybody doing today in chat? What do we have here? Okay, well, we got a smaller crowd today. We have Chillin' Eric. How you doing, Chillin'? We also have Mortal Kombat. How you doing, Mortal? We have Oscar the Grouch. Hey, Oscar, how you doing? And don't forget about Freedom. He's here. He's ready.
Always.
The Ripper.
Tommy 111 just showed up.
Oh,
He's been here every week.
Yes. Hi, Tommy. How you doing? Good, good. All right. So I don't know what to say, guys, but we definitely we really took some beatings yesterday for our this last week for our teams. It's not good. It's not a good start to the season, I feel. You know, obviously the very sad news is about the Dallas Cowboys getting beat really bad. And that's got to change. We got to get that changed right away. So hopefully today will be a much different story. Tommy, I don't know what happened to the Broncos neither for you, but something happened there. I'm not too sure what.
But you know, we're early. We're early in the season.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that. You know, it's still time for adjustments to be made.
Yeah, and you know, your team too. Janie the Lions.
I know. Don't rub it in. We took a loss.
Yeah, I know. I'm mourning is what I'm doing. I'm mourning with all you guys right now. But I do feel we're going to turn it around too, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but you know, it was still all in all, it was still a wonderful weekend of football. I mean, we love the sport, and that's what happens sometimes, right? Oh,
absolutely.
DJ, how you doing, DJ? Glad to see you here. And Freedom, I do believe that's true. Jerry's not going to be putting up with that too much longer. We'll see. Yeah, we are. Yes, Freedom. We are mourning week 3 already. I think, you know, everybody wants their teams just to come out really strong and put up like 5 wins, you know, but that doesn't always happen. So we're going to do what we can. So some of the scores on the bottom there kind of dictate, you know, kind of where, you know, what happened last week. And but you know, I think the Chargers are a team to watch out for this year too. They seem to be starting pretty strong here. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts in chat? What do you guys think? You think we'll be okay, or do you think we need to start panicking?
I think it's a little early for panic, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't want to panic just yet. All right, guys. Well, what we can do then is we can sure go into our picks for last week, kind of where we all are standing right now. So we did make some picks, and what we have here is I ended up picking 9 teams correct last week, and Tommy ended up picking 8 teams correct last week.
Woohoo!
Janie picked 7 correct. The guest host last week picked 7 correct. And Chad actually picked 7 correct. So where we stand right now is, well, look at this. I'm in first place at 20 correct picks so far.
Yeah.
And, Janie's in second place with 19, so she's coming right up.
I slipped down a notch from last week.
Well, you know what? Not to worry. Guess who's in third place?
Chat.
Chad is doing really good at third place. Tommy's in fourth place at 16. And guest host is in last place at 15. So we're getting there. And again, I do think it's too early, but we'll see. I think last week was kind of weird because I know we all picked Detroit over the Tampa Bay, so that we got an all loss on that one. Most of us
Yeah.
picked Indianapolis too, over Green Bay, and that was a bad pick.
Yep. We made
Yeah.
some bad choices, but we made them thinking we were making good choices. That's football.
Yep, 100% it is. Yeah. Looks like Freedom says Janie is slipping.
Yeah, I slipped down into second place, but fear not.
Yep,
There's
absolutely.
yet plenty of weeks to go.
Yeah. We also, I mean, this week too, we have some very interesting matchups as well. So we'll get into that a little bit later for sure. But what's been going on with the host up here? Everything okay with everybody? You guys still enjoying the season?
We'll see. We'll see.
There's been some good football played. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. And like Eric says, it's a long season. We can only
It
see
is.
It is not a long season. Before you know it, we'll be in week 14. This season goes by so effing fast.
Oh, I know.
It might seem long, but it's only 2.5, almost 3 months. But by the time it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
time
hate it.
flies when you're having fun, So
Yeah, I hate it when all of a sudden it's like, oh, 1/4 of the season's done already. You're like, what? Already. But
Yeah.
it is nice when you can just put kind of things aside. And maybe people make, I know a lot of us make bets on this stuff too, and it just definitely makes Sundays a little bit more interesting anyways. And then but I don't know, like for me, like when my team gets beat like that, I start questioning things, right off the bat. I know I shouldn't, because it is definitely going to change, I feel. But like Tommy with the Broncos, I mean at 0-2 now, right?
Yep.
That's that. I mean,
we're going to talk about that.
Right, but what do they say are the odds, though? Don't they say, like, if you start off the season at 0-2, like, isn't the odds of going to the Super Bowl, isn't it like, kind of a like lower, like 60%, chance? Is that true? Have you guys heard something like that?
I have.
Yeah,
I have. But I'm just not going to look at anything negative. I'm thinking that they've got time. We're not going to worry about it. They're making adjustments. It's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, it'll be interesting for sure. Like I said, the matchups today, and here's the part I really don't know anymore. What my thoughts are: who's going to win? They're not winning. Who's going to lose? They're not losing. Even in our little survivor pool, I mean, I took a chance on the Patriots, and look what happened with that. The Jets handed it to them. So I am officially eliminated from that now, but we'll get back to it. And we got Thad in the house here. Hi, Thad. Sorry to hear about the pneumonia. Was it COVID?
Yeah. Glad you're home. It was pneumonia, Jay.
Pneumonia? All right. Just wondering.
Pneumonia. Yeah.
Yeah. Glad you're feeling a little bit better.
Yes.
All right. Well, what we can do.
DJ said exactly what I've been saying. We used to say it's any given Sunday. Now it's any given Sunday, Monday, or Thursday.
Yeah, that's true, DJ. You make a good point. That confirmed that it is not COVID. Okay.
Yes. Pneumonia.
We got Steve Dave here. Injuries are great equalizers. Yeah, that's true. I think that there's something to that for sure. It does.
Most definitely.
It can really hurt you, or can kind of help you in some ways too. I always think that, like when some of the bigger quarterbacks, they get hurt or whatnot, then, sometimes you can get a backup quarterback that can just, light it up too. So you never know. A sports host I listen to calls the NFL the Kaleidoscope League. What you saw last week is not what you will see today or next week. I hope so, Steve. I hope that that's the truth. I really do. We all want to see our teams just, wipe people out, like it's nothing, but that makes it fun anyways. I guess even a loss here or there could kind of straighten you out.
It's a humbling experience and a learning lesson too. So, and this early in the season, especially, they're still making adjustments.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's very, very true. Oh, we got Sugar Bean has joined. Hi, Sugar. Nice to see you.
Sugar.
Yeah, let's see Sugar. You should have probably an easy win today. We'll see what happens with that game.
Packers.
Yeah. Sugar's a big Packers fan.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
We got a lot of different teams in the chat, actually.
Yeah, it does look like it. I forget, who is DJ's team?
Oh, I know. Chargers, I think.
Was it the
Chargers? If I'm wrong, I'm going to be so... I'm going to hear about it.
Well, we'll see what happens. Okay. Well, we can kind of move along here. And let's see here. I guess we can go ahead and start with... Let me see.
Oh, it's right. Chargers. Yes.
Was it the Chargers? Okay.
Yes.
Well, they seem to be on fire, so that's good. All righty. Well, why don't we go ahead and get into Casey's injury report.
All right.
Take it away.
And today's injury report, we're going to start off with the Broncos versus the Buccaneers. The Broncos have 2 players that are going to be out. Linebacker Baron Browning with a foot injury and safety J.L. Skinner with an ankle. For the Buccaneers, Luke Godecki, tackle, out with a concussion. Cameron Johnson, wide receiver, ankle injury is doubtful for today. Kalijah Cansey, defensive tackle, calf injury is out. Vita Vea, defensive tackle, knee injury is doubtful. And Antoine Winfield Jr., safety foot injury, out for the Bucs. The next game we will talk about is going to be the Texans versus the Vikings. The Texans have a slew of players doubtful and out. Joe Mixon, running back, ankle, doubtful today. Dameron Pierce, running back, hamstring, out. And then there's 2 that are actually questionable, a center and a safety, Juice Scruggs with a groin injury, and MJ Stewart, safety with a knee injury. The Vikings, Jordan Addison, wide receiver, ankle out. Ivan Pace Jr., quadricep and ankle injury. He's a linebacker. He's going to be out. And Dallas Turner, defensive end, a knee injury, out. The next game is going to be the Panthers versus the Raiders. I'm only talking about this game because I took the Raiders over the Panthers this week in our eliminator. So for the Panthers, 1 player doubtful, Shy Tuttle, defensive tackle, foot injury. He's the only player doubtful or out for today for them. The Raiders, Divine Diablo, linebacker, oblique and a concussion. He will be out. DeCamarion Richardson, hamstring injury, doubtful. He's a cornerback. And Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle, knee injury, questionable, along with Tyree Wilson, a defensive end, knee injury, questionable. Talk about the Cowboys and the Ravens. The Ravens, Malaysia Amave Lalu, a guard, not injury-related, personal matter. He is out today. And for the Cowboys actually going into this game fairly healthy. Only some backups. Mozzie Smith, questionable with a back injury. He's a defensive tackle. John Steven Jr., wide receiver, hamstring injury. He's questionable. Along with Jalen Brooks, wide receiver, ankle, questionable. All backups weren't really looking to see any major time today anyway. The next game is going to be the Lions and the Cardinals. The Lions, 2 players are out. Ifeatu Melanofanwu, safety ankle, and Enos Rakestraw Jr., cornerback, hamstring out. For the Cardinals, they have 3 questionable players, but nobody else. It's Kelvin Beckham, tackle, hamstring, Greg Dortch, wide receiver, hamstring, and Dante Steele, defensive tackle, shoulder, all questionable today. The last game we will talk about is the Bills and the Jaguars. The Jaguars, Evan Ingram, tight end, hamstring, out, is the only player for them. And for the Bills, they have 2 players out. Terrell Bernard, linebacker, pectoral, out. And Taron Johnson, cornerback, forearm, out. And that is the injury report for Week 3's Sunday games and even Monday's games.
Awesome. Thank you. So hopefully that'll give you guys a little bit of insight. And if you're doing any betting, keep those in mind. All righty. So let's go over to Jason. All right, Janie, take it away.
All right. Thank you, JFaz. And thank you, KC, for that. Wow. I can't believe it. As we already said, we're already into week 3 of the 2024 NFL season. But boy, did we have one hell of a week 2, where we saw impressive plays from both teams and players that we weren't expecting it from, as well as some disappointing losses that we weren't expecting. But with the 2024 season being only 2 games in, how much do we really know about where any of these teams are headed? Well, that's why we're here every Sunday morning, to talk about it. So let's get started with some talk about that Vikings 49ers game, where we saw Darnold make an impressive pass to the all-pro receiver Jefferson and connect for a spectacular 97-yard touchdown. Longest touchdown in the seasons yet. And I know we're early in, but still very impressive. It's always a rush for fans when the QB and the receiver just click and a dynamic jaw-dropping play like that are made on the field. Unfortunately, Jefferson sustained an injury in the game and didn't return after leaving, but he is fine. The Minnesota Vikings showed that they can compete with any team in the NFL this season. Turnovers reared their ugly head on Sunday, but Minnesota stayed resilient, and they didn't allow those turnovers to manifest into a loss. Minnesota took the Giants down last week. Although people didn't give Darnold much love for the second week in a row, the former top 5 pick was great for Minnesota. He leaned heavily on Justin Jefferson early, and even when Jefferson left the game, Darnold still fit the ball in tight windows and made big-time plays. It looks like the Vikings have overcome some very important obstacles thus far and are a strong team to keep your eye on. JFez, I believe we have a video clip of that spectacular 97-yard touchdown.
We do, and it is spectacular. Here we go.
And his impact so far on the Viking defense, 2nd down 9. Darnold getting messy, going deep, and he's got Jefferson. He's got Jefferson. It's a foot race downfield with Brown. Shifting gears, getting a block. That's 6.
Isn't that awesome?
Here's Jefferson. He's going to go through and go deep. Outside receiver coming in and doing the dig. But I want you to keep an eye on the eyes of the safety Brown. What he does is he sees that inside dig, and so he hesitates. And all it takes is a slight hesitation. He sees that dig. He's like, oh, no, do I got to jump on it? Wait, now I'm too late getting back. Jefferson's gotten behind me, and that's what allows that deep throw to take place. Brown just hesitating a little bit.
Go!
Yeah,
That's
that
how
was
they
cool.
say it. Yeah, that was impressive. All right. Well, I hate to say it, but moving on, looks like the Dallas Cowboys have some glaring problems facing them in both their defense and offense. The Dallas Cowboys' first 2 weeks have revealed challenges in both their rushing offense and their run defense. The offense has struggled to establish an early ground game. And while the defense overall had a standout performance in week 1, week 2 was showing some serious vulnerabilities. But they've had time to make adjustments and are going into this week's game on their home field against the Ravens, who are also reeling from a devastating loss last week on their home field. So this should be an interesting game where we see who's able to make those integral adjustments from week to week and hope that it's our team that figured it out. But I think we should take a look at how those Cowboy fans are handling things, J-Faz. You got something for us?
I do. I just want to warn everybody that this video is very disturbing to watch. So if you're, feeling a little nauseous, if you're a Cowboys fan, now's the time to turn off your screen.
I'm sick of this shit. It's every year.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What are you doing? What the? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's a. Oh my god.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh. J-Faz,
Yes.
I didn't know you drove a truck.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I do drive a truck, but it's definitely a meltdown that I can understand. So.
Well, that was fun. That was fun. We all take it that seriously sometimes. Maybe not quite that seriously, but it was interesting. All right. Well, on that note, next we got to talk about those Broncos. And another disappointing day for that team and their fans. The Denver Broncos have opened the season 0-2 for the second consecutive year, losing 13-6 to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. Bo Nix's debut in front of the home crowd was another dud. Sean Payton said afterward, offensively, we weren't near good enough. I'm sure he doesn't have a accent like that, but once again, the Broncos' running game failed to make an impact. If Nix was going to be given a legitimate chance to compete, especially against a good Steelers defense, he needs a complementary rushing attack. But producing just 6 points tells its own depressing story. One of the major issues is the extent to which the Broncos' extremely high-paid offensive line is just simply underperforming. Nix is being handicapped by what's going on in front of him right now, and if the Broncos continue to run the ball ineffectively, the losses will unfortunately stack up at an alarming rate. It was only later in Sunday's game that the Broncos finally captured some precious yards. All in all, Sunday showed that the Broncos need to start executing the basics and get the wrinkles out of their offense. The way that Sean Payton attacks this list of issues will test his coaching competency. But it's still very early in the season, so let's see. Let's keep tuning in to find out if these Broncos are just another dark horse waiting in the shadows. And J-Faz, let's take a quick look at a clip from that game.
All right, Janie.
Nix over the middle, and it's picked off. Damontae Kazee turns out the lights as the Steelers come to Denver and win it 13-6. That's your final here in Denver.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It is, but like we're saying about all of these teams, they've got time to make adjustments and they're looking at it. So maybe the Broncos are that dark horse. Well, moving on to another disappointing day for myself. There was a nail-biting, close but no cigar loss for the Lions against the Buccaneers. After 2 games, though, the Detroit Lions ranked second in the NFL in total offense yards, averaging over 400 per game. With their record standing at 1-1, the Lions racked up 463 yards against the Buccaneers last week. But despite that impressive yardage, they struggled in the red zone, converting just 1 of 7 attempts. They've only scored 4 touchdowns in 2 games. Hopefully, they're working on making those adjustments. Running back St. Brown carried for 119 yards while dealing with an injury that had trainers come out to attend to him on the field twice. But Campbell said after the game, "No, he's all right. I don't think anything."
Whoops, we having technical issues?
Did she go away?
Uh-oh. Guys, I'm sorry. Our host couldn't take the loss there. You there,
Hello?
Judy? We hear you.
Oh, there she is.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Please bear with us, guys, for a moment. She'll be right back. There she is. You back, Jen?
I am back. I am so sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
That's all right.
All right. So I think I was at the Lions, and I was saying that the second-year running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, brought 84 yards between these two. I think Goff has a real good chance of making plays. Needless to say, it's far from over for this team, and I'm excited to see a season full of both exciting wins and a few humbling losses. Why not take a look at that disappointing loss and humbling loss that I saw last week against the Buccaneers, JFaz?
You got it.
Thank
Head
you.
at the 11-yard line. Mayfield going to run again. Baker up the middle. Inside the 5. Mayfield lunging touchdown.
Breaking ankles. What the fuck?
Watch him set up this. This is impressive. I thought he was going to get tackled around the 5. Little setup right there, then bounce that outside. There's 4 guys from Detroit.
Jeez.
That was sad.
It is sad.
That is sad. All right. Well, let's bring it back up here and talk about that Jets game with the big return of their number 1 quarterback. Aaron Rodgers played like a fit young athlete with something to prove in Thursday night's 24-3 win over the Patriots. After suffering a season-ending Achilles injury in the first game of last season, the 40-year-old QB was shown a warm welcome last week by the fans. Rodgers said, "I felt pretty good. I was doing some things I did as a younger man." The 4-time Packers MVP threw for 2 touchdowns in his first start at the Mets MetLife Stadium. He looked good, he felt good, and he performed tremendously. JFez, I think you have a short clip of that game to show us too.
I do.
Perfect.
Rodgers the fake, the throw, caught, staying inbounds, yes, touchdown.
There's Garrett Wilson's first touchdown from Aaron Rodgers. We're going to be seeing a lot of that. 8-5.
Well, you know, I know it was Thursday night's game, but still, though, impressive.
It was. It was. All in all, I'd say we are off to one hell of a start to an unpredictable but exciting 2024 season. But before we go, speaking of Rodgers, there was a lot of talk about what some have said to be the most cringeworthy moment in TNT's first half, when Rodgers blatantly pushed his coach, Sela, away with a stiff arm block. He says he's not much of a hugger, but the main reason he reacted that way was because he didn't feel like there was a reason to celebrate with only a 2-score lead. He was also concerned about seeing some more action on the defense with time still on the clock. However, Sela, the coach, afterwards commented about that awkward exchange, saying, "Part of the things we've been talking about is to just give the defense a 2-score lead." And it was a 2-score lead. So, JFS, let's take a quick look at that incredibly uncomfortable moment and see what we think.
Yep, this one's for you, Tom.
13 plays, 91 yards, all of last season. Twice.
There, did you guys see that? Let's watch
back
that.
Drives. 13 plays, 91 yards, all of last
Whoa.
season. Twice.
I'm not much of a huggy guy, but
It's interesting.
it's very interesting.
I love that stuff on the sidelines too, when that weird stuff happens.
I do too. I mean, are we beginning to see some integral players becoming a little bit overly temperamental so soon?
Could be.
I don't know, but we've got an update on the most annoying NFL players. And it seems that Travis Kelce is the second most annoying player behind, you got it, Aaron Rodgers.
Whoa. This is breaking news, huh?
I'm telling you. But I think we've got a clip of one of his tantrums, JFS.
We sure do.
To that 100-yard performance in the win last Sunday. Foles going end zone, right back to Kelce, who thought that he was interfered with in the back of the end zone. No flag. Mukamara, who missed on that interception early in the game, was there on the coverage.
Kelce saying that they turned him and hooked him away from the ball right there. That hit around the neck. He was hit before the ball arrived. Now, the official may have said that ball was too high for Kelce. Oh, Kelce is hot. Now he's ejected from the game. He's out. There must have been some verbal confrontation. He was hot. In terms of whatever he said to the official is not warranted. And Andy Reid's not going to be happy with this.
We saw the initial flag, and then he continued to jaw. So again,
well, he threw his towel up at the official, and
that's
at that point, the official showed him the showers.
This is the new.
Look at Andy Reid's not happy with that behavior. It's unwarranted. If you're Travis Kelce, and you got to set a better example, you got to keep your composure.
That was fun.
Yeah, sure was.
He's like, "Do you know who I'm dating?"
Right. Yeah, I just loved it. You know, he throws his little towel and they eject him, you know.
Right.
I don't know if you can brag about dating a woman who made her career off writing songs about choosing the wrong guy.
Exactly.
Totally. All right. That's great. Anything else, Janie?
No, that's going to tie it up for my little segment today, but let's just continue on and make some picks. I got to get back in first place.
All right. Yeah, we can definitely go. Yep.
I think before we get to that, you've got some interesting stuff for us. I didn't mean to rush you.
Yeah, no, I kind of wanted to do the picks next anyways. I thought that's a good one. So very good. All right, guys. So let's do our picks here for this week. This is obviously week 3. And what we have here is we have the Cleveland Browns at the New York Giants. I'm going to go Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to go Browns.
You're going to go Browns too?
Browns.
Janie?
Oh, sorry, Browns. Yes.
Okay. And who do we have for our chat? What do you guys think? You guys are doing good, so keep this up. Okay, I guess we have, oh, there's one. So that's it. You guys all agree with the Browns then? All right. The Browns. This is becoming better and better every week. All right, the Colts and the Bears. I mean, for the Bears, I mean, it's obviously
The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why
I'm
we
gonna
took the
go
damn field.
Colts.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
yeah. I'm gonna take the Colts with that one too. I agree.
Yep.
I'm taking the Bears.
Oh, all
I
right.
took the Bears last week and lost.
Colts in chat too.
Okay, Indianapolis. All right. So next we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Houston Texans.
Text it in. It's gonna be a good game.
It is. I'm going to go with my Vikings. I have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings as well on that one.
Definitely Texans.
All right. What do we think the chat knows? So we got, all right, what do we have here?
Vikings, Texans. Tied right now.
Kind of even.
Looks like Vikings.
Vikings, okay.
Yep, Vikings.
All righty. Well, this could be next one could be a very interesting one. The New Orleans Saints after that big win against Dallas against Philadelphia.
Saints.
I'm gonna go New Orleans as well.
Saints are no joke this year.
What did you think?
Saints.
Jane?
Saints.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we have in here? So we have Saints. Philly,
We got
Philly,
Saints.
Oh, looks like they want the Saints too.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. How about the Pittsburgh Steelers at the LA Chargers?
Let's go
Chargers.
Chargers.
Tommy, you said LA, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Janie?
I'm going LA.
Okay. I didn't. Janie, did you say LA?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm having a hard time with this for some reason, but I got
Okay.
Speaking of Chargers, they activated all three quarterbacks, and Justin Herbert is likely to play.
Oh.
So there must be some kind of recent something.
Okay. Do we feel that the Chargers, that's what the chat wants to?
I don't see chat. Yeah, Chargers, Steelers, Chargers, Steelers. Oh, Chargers. Yeah, Chargers.
Okay.
I didn't see the first three.
All right. This next one here, Tampa Bay at the Denver Broncos.
You know who I'm going. Broncos. Let's go.
I'm going to go Denver as well on this one. I just am. Tough.
I want to go Buccaneers.
You better go Buccaneers. Go with who you're picking for the pool too. Like you don't change it.
Janie likes to play both sides, though. If you haven't known,
Right. Tampa, Broncos, Tampa, Denver, Tampa, Bucks by 20, Tampa.
I'm definitely going Bucks on my end.
All right, Janie. So you are locked in at Tampa, right?
Yes.
Chat's
yes.
got Tampa.
Tampa. All right. Oh, they're going to be going against me and you, Tommy. All right. Tennessee Titans versus the Green Bay Packers.
Oof.
I'm going to go Packers.
Me too.
Pack all the way.
Yeah, I'm going definitely Green Bay on that.
Mm-hmm.
What does the chat want?
Packers.
The Pack. All right. Okay. How
Pack is
about
back.
the Pack is back? Yes. Now, Jordan, I'm sorry. Did I miss that in the injury? Was Jordan Love out or?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he's in. Is he
He's
out?
back.
Yeah.
They did give a second opinion, and they said he could return this week. So he's not
That
out
means he's
full
out.
or the injured list, so he might be in.
Okay.
He wasn't on the list of when I looked at games.
Well, they said that he was at the last 3 practices, but they were only allowed to be indoor practices, and he wasn't doing a full sprint yet, I think.
Yeah, I think he's out till week 4 already on the IR, right? So I don't think he can play.
I think so, yeah.
That's why he's not on the injury report, because he's I don't think he can, right? He's 4 weeks. I could be wrong.
Yeah. That's kind of what I read this morning.
He's out. We got confirmation he's out.
Yes.
Well, does everybody still want to take the Pack with that then?
Yeah, I still do.
Okay.
I do that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. All right. Then we'll go Las Vegas Raiders at Carolina Panthers.
Raiders.
The Raiders and the Panthers? The Raiders.
I'm going to take the Panthers. They got their new quarterback in today.
That's exactly
Oh.
what I'm thinking too.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they're putting in
Dalton.
maybe whatever Dalton.
Well, I'm going to go with the Panthers then.
Good luck. Raiders all the way.
All right. So, Jamie, you want
Tear
Carolina?
that defense up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we think with chat? Seems like
Looks like Raiders. Oh, yeah, Raiders.
Raiders, it looks like. Yeah.
all right. And then next we have Seattle Seahawks at Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
I'm taking
Seahawks.
Seattle. I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah. Who's quarterback for Miami today?
Not the guy that took the headshot, I would hope, but
Right.
Yeah, who's the backup is, I don't even know.
Tua.
No, Tua's not
out.
playing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
out.
he's
You're
out.
right.
I'm going to take the Dolphins. I'm going to take the Dolphins on a healthy dose of runnage.
okay.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, I want to take the Dolphins. Okay. Yep. Gonna.
Take Miami. All right.
Yep.
What do we got? The chat has today. Let's see here.
Looks like we
Dolphins.
got. No, it's Hawks. Miami, Dolphins tied. Seattle up by 1.
Seattle.
It's 4-3 right now. We don't really have a ton of people.
So we're
Thompson's the quarterback. Okay, thanks, Jed. Don't know who he is, but I'm still taking him.
So they want Seattle then. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. The Arizona Cardinals at the Detroit Lions.
The Cardinals are no joke.
Lions.
I know.
I'm gonna take.
I'm taking Arizona.
So am I. They gotta finish one off.
Yeah.
Taking them. They got amazing offense. They just don't finish off games.
Janie's taking Arizona. That's good.
No, Janie's taking Lions.
All right.
I'm taking
You're taking the Lions, Casey?
Yes.
Look at chat. Cardinals all the way.
Cards are all the way, man.
Oh,
Sucks. Come on, guys. You're going to be sorry.
no way. Arizona. All right.
You never root for the Cardinals.
I know. All right, guys. So this one, I better have full support here. Dallas Cowboys at the Baltimore Ravens.
At the Ravens?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Ravens, bud.
I'm taking Dallas.
I can't see them going 0-3. I can't.
Yeah.
Taking the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Ravens, too.
All right. Who the chat have? Let's see here.
Ravens, Dallas.
Ravens.
Cowboys, Ravens, Cowboys,
Yeah, it's Ravens.
The Ravens, it looks like. Yeah.
It is. Ravens by 2.
Yep.
All right. LA Rams versus San Fran 49ers.
San Fran.
49.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to take San Fran as well. Janie, you want San Fran?
Yes.
Okay, so it's up to the chat. No, he's not Freedom. How dare you? All right, 49er, San Fran.
Freedom talking smack in the chat this morning.
Looks like San Fran. Yep. All right. Whoop. Okay. Then next we have Atlanta Falcons at Kansas City.
KC.
KC.
KC, are you taking KC?
I'm taking the Chiefs, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. All right, so let's see here. We have thanks for stopping by. KC. It looks like KC so far. Anybody else want to disagree with that? Or?
Yeah, it's KC all the way, 4 or 5.
Okay. Did you say something, KC? Do you have to do something? Or no? Okay. All right. Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to take Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'm going to take Jacksonville. Let's sneak one.
Are you? Okay. It's not a bad thing. All right. What do you guys think? The Bills?
Bills.
Yeah, sure does look like the Buffalo
Jags.
Bills. All right. Next, we have last game of Sunday would be the Cincinnati Bengals at the Washington Commanders.
Oh,
now remember, Kansas or Washington, they did take a win.
They have been, yeah, they did.
However,
I'm going to go with Washington.
I'm still taking the Bengals.
Yeah, me too.
I'm taking the Bengals. There's no way the Bengals go 0-3.
No.
There's no way.
Yeah. All right,
They've
Chad,
got all their running backs
Bengals.
and
Yeah.
wide receivers again, so I think they get it.
And then the bonus game next Thursday night, we got the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. And obviously I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
I'm going to take Dallas on that game.
Okay.
Yeah, Dallas, definitely.
All right, chat. What do you think about next Thursday night? The Giants at the Cowboys?
I'm gonna take a leap and say it's gonna be the Cowboys.
Yeah. You know, although Judd came out with the Giants. I don't understand that pick, but
Cowboys get their first win. The Cowboys aren't 0-2.
Look at Freedom.
They already got you're 1-1, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think so.
that solidifies our picks for this week. Okay, guys. So last thing I wanted to go over here. Obviously, the previous week we talked about the Sky Cam, that one that goes around the field. This is stuff I feel is interesting to people. Next, what we have is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term instant replay, which I'm sure you guys are. Okay, so let me put something up here real quick for you guys. I gotta share this. Hang on. I think this is interesting how this works. It'll make sense at the end, but just listen to some of these stats here that we have. Let me see. No, that's not it. Hang on. There we go.
No, Nunya, try last, hon.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
So this is instant replay. So there's been a replay debate that's been a hot button topic since games were first regularly televised in the late 1940s. Traditionalists hesitate to interfere with the purity of the game by removing human error, clashed with those eager to embrace technology and all that it offered the game. The NFL has come to embrace instant replay, but the process that led to the state-of-the-art system the league uses today was not always seamless. The history of instant replay in professional football is filled with stops and starts, missteps and controversy, and modifications and improvements that continue to this day. Instant replay history begins in earnest 4 decades ago with a man and a stopwatch. Okay, so the first NFL experimented with instant replay was in 1976 when Art McNally, then the director of officiating, wanted to find out how long a video review would delay a game. Equipped with a stopwatch and video camera, he observed a Monday Night Football contest between the Dallas Cowboys and Buffalo Bills from a press box inside the stadium. If there was any question, we took a look at it, McNally said. After the experiment, we asked the camera technicians to give us different angles. He saw a missed call on a play involving O.J. Simpson that could have been corrected with replay review. McNally knew the replay could help football. This picture that you're seeing here, it's just one that the NFL tested during the 1978 Hall of Fame game. So that was just a test on that day. 2 years later, the league first tested instant replay on a wired scale using 7 nationally televised preseason games, starting with the 1978 Hall of Fame game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. The system's performance was lackluster. The technology was too costly to install at every stadium. The system needed more cameras than broadcasters used for games at the time, and calls remained inconclusive after lengthy reviews. It was clear instant replay was years away from being implemented full time. We still think we need a minimum. This is a quote. We still think we need a minimum of 12 cameras to get the angles on every play. Then assistant supervisor of officials Nick Skorick said after that first game, electronically, I don't know if we are advanced enough yet. So then they went to instant replay. Initial instant replay was 1985 to 1992, where less than a decade after McNally's experiment, momentum for the instant replay system once again began to build. The NFL tested a review system during 8 preseason games in 1985, producing promising results. The system performed so well that the owners held an unprecedented vote to determine if the league would use instant replay in the upcoming playoffs. Even though the system had never been used in the regular season, the motion failed narrowly, but the close decision made it clear the league's leaders were once again warming up to the technology. The owners didn't want a playoff game decided by a bad call, so they tried to push it through right there. Art Medell, then that's who you're seeing on the screen right there, Cleveland Browns owner, said after the vote, but that was a little too quick for some people. Some clubs voted against it at the time because it was adding something for the postseason that was not available during the regular season. Replay gives us a better chance to walk off the field error-free, Art McNally said. So a little bit of the, interesting, history on it. Then we got this guy here. This was Dallas Cowboys president and general manager Tex Schramm stalks the sidelines before Super Bowl 13, a 35-31 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers on January 21st, 1979.
Was that the last time the Cowboys made it there?
No, I don't. No.
I'm just kidding, buddy.
I know. It was good. Reviewable plays during instant replay's first installation included plays of possession or touching, which meant fumbles, interceptions, receptions, muffs, or ineligible players touching a forward pass. Most plays governed by the sideline goals, and most plays governed by the sidelines, the goal lines, end lines, and line of scrimmage, whether a player is out of bounds, forward or backward passes, or breaking the plane of the goal line. And easily detectable infractions on replay, too, like too many men on the field. So the decision was only reached after a spirited debate and concessions to appease skeptics. The promise the system would be guaranteed for only 1 year and would have to be voted on again during the offseason. Instant Replay's first regular season saw an average of 1.6 reviews per game. Of those plays in question, 374 in all, only 10% ended with a reversal of the ruling on the field. The owners reapproved instant replay the next season, barely. The measure got exactly the 21 votes needed to pass, which was 21-7, and was accepted with a few minor tweaks. But just like the 1986 decision, the system would have to be approved again the following offseason. So there were some bumps in the roads, of course, too. So the first season did not lack controversy or critics. This is Oakland's receiver Dookie Williams, a touchdown on a play that should have been ruled an incomplete pass. So that's where that photograph's coming from. So during this Kansas and Oakland game in October of 1986, Raiders quarterback Mark Wilson threw a pass to Dookie in the corner of the end zone late in the first half. The on-field officials ruled the play a touchdown, but up in the instant replay booth, the assistant supervisors of officials determined it was incomplete. So the miscommunication was no laughing matter to the NFL. The NFL replaced its walkie-talkies with pagers and radio headsets, and it changed the terminology using clearer terms like confirmed or reversed. NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue, long of a proponent of instant replay, was eager to improve the system. He says, "I'm hopeful we can make some modifications and keep the concept and make it work rather than step back out of the electronic age," he said in 1990. The commissioner's hopes were dashed after a 6-season run. Instant replay met its demise in 1991 when 17 owners voted against renewing the system, the belief the system delayed games too much and failed to get enough of the calls correct. Now, that's interesting to me. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, now every day, every game, we just see it, right?
Instant replay, exactly. We depend on it.
Yeah, we kind of do.
Yeah, but back in the day, I remember that, man. A lot of the times it would go up to the tower, and they would still come back with the same call on the field, and they would said it was, inconclusive, and it was like the referees didn't want to say their referees were wrong, and I think that's why they did away with it then. But I think they're way better now.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
agree.
I do think the technology's improved, and something very interesting I want to show you guys here shortly here. So the debate over instant replay, which never completely ended, picked up again in the mid-90s. Many of the league's head coaches at the time did not have firsthand experience with the previous version, so they were curious about how an improved system would work. A new system approved for testing in 10 preseason games in 1996. Coaches could challenge rulings on the field, and replay now covered 3 categories of plays: out of bounds, number of players on the field, and scoring plays. I don't know why they would, like number. Well, I mean, I know why it's there, but I don't know why they would go to the instant replay booth for that, right? You think they can just, I don't know. But anyways, each coach could challenge 3 plays per half at the cost of a timeout per review. The league went away from the old version of replay, officials in skyboxes, and gave referees the authority to review plays on the field inside a booth equipped with monitors. And referees now only had 90 seconds to make their ruling. Despite these changes, the owners voted against implementation for the 1997 regular season. The main hang-up centered on each review costing teams a timeout, even when a challenge was successful. So then we get into more improving. Since its return, the league has taken steps to improve the process and limit errors as much as possible, and technology continues to catch up with the ambitious task of replay reviews. Long gone were the VCRs and small monitors. Referees now viewed multiple angles. Tweaks to the replay continue throughout the decade. In 2004, a reward was added for coaches who were successful on their first 2 reviews, a third challenge. That same year, owners extended the replay system for the next 5 seasons. So in the 2014 season, senior official staff members inside Art McNally Game Day Central in the league's New York headquarters began consulting directly with the referees during review. This move helped ensure the calls are being made consistently across the league. Let's see here. Ahead of the 2021 season, the NFL expanded its replay rule to allow replay officials and designated members of the officiating department to assist on-field officials in specific limited game situations. This move has dramatically reduced the number of coaches, challenges, and booth reviews. Chicago Bears president Ted Phillips said after the successful 1999 vote, "We don't know if it's a perfect system. But the perfect system, the NFL may never find the perfect system, but each year, instant replay improves dramatically. Technology has helped the league come a long way, from stopwatches, walkie-talkies, and pagers, and technology will continue to improve the process, allowing the league to make rulings correctly and consistently." So here's, like from the booth, what it looks like. Let me take a look here. I have something else. Yeah, so they're constantly always figuring out better ways to do the replay. But the replay officials have specific responsibilities on every play and throughout the game. They must analyze the game situation before every play, verify the clock status at the beginning and end of every play, and confirm that each team has the correct number of players on the field at snaps. Let's see here. To maintain a pipeline of talent, the officiating department scouts and prepares replay officials at levels of the game. The department also identifies candidates in various ways. I'm sorry, that's really not nothing. But here's what I wanted to show you guys. So this is really how the replay system works. They have multiple camera angles. I know it's a soccer field, but it's the same vision here. They have multiple cameras throughout the stadium that are zooming down on the play, so they can have multiple angles, and that's why you see these replays coming from all sorts of angles. I think this is interesting how this works. I never knew this before. I just thought it was the people with the cameras on the sideline, not necessarily the broadcasters, but I just thought that all came from the sidelines. But no, this is exactly how it works in your stadiums. They have all these cameras. And it's definitely interesting, and it works well with the Skycam as well too. I guess that everything kind of works in sync, and I just think it's kind of a good way to talk about it after last week's Skycam, because that was just one component of it. And when I was reading this story, I thought this was interesting. I thought you guys might like it. So
very cool.
Yeah,
very interesting. But it's the answer to why tickets are so expensive, parking is so expensive, food, drink, everything is so expensive. We're paying for all of this technology.
Absolutely. And there was another one. Let me see here. Oh, rats! I had it here. I mean, you guys remember this one here too. Remember this? I mean, we see this often too, right?
The
camera, and that obviously plays a factor for the field goals, right? But and I don't know if you guys know it, but if the ball goes through it and hits the camera, it is considered good, obviously, because it's beyond the pylons, the two sides there. So it's definitely.
I wonder if it breaks the camera every time if it hits it.
I think that they're pretty sturdy and pretty used to. They must have some good shock absorbers on there. I don't know for sure, but I would imagine they have to prepare for that as well. But yeah,
me little Miss Coupon Cutter over here thinking everything you're showing. I'm like, well, there's another $10 added.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I hope you guys enjoy the games, and thank you very much for showing up today.
See you later, guys.
See you later, everybody.